harder to get over someone who was never really yours. They say rock stars get all the girls, but Mickey knows that's not always true. He, for one, thought the guitarist of a popular indie band, Train Man, just can't seem to get the girl. It's kind of his fault, really. No one told him to fall in love with Jill. No one told him to stand still and watch as she moved on from a terrible breakup into the arms of another guy, a Japanese celebrity with the face of an angel and the body of a god. So when someone else comes along, someone who finds him cute, smart, and funny, sometimes in the haha sort of way, will Mickey finally move on, or will he continue to pine for Jill? If you were in the last live reading that we had, Rachel is still Jill, but Gio was Shinta at the time. And now definitely.
Songs to Get Over You
by J.E. Tria.
Mickey moved through the crowded space outside Commute Bar, his head brimming with thoughts of stinging slaps, emotions buried alive, and botched tuna sushi, and the wide divide between expectation and reality. Throughout the day, he had wondered if his visit his old professor gave him the catharsis that he was seeking, or if it only tightened the complicated knot of his musings. Freud's words plagued him. In addition to Nino's voice, who seemed already a permanent resident in his head, it was a chaotic party. He opened the door to the bar, heat and noise greeting him at his first step inside. The horde parted to let him through, and he caught the first flash of red hanging by a black strap from Jill's neck. He eyed the shiny, cherry-red electric guitar, his dark gaze squinting at the stranger. He flicked his eyes up and caught his surprise, mirrored by Jill's corked eyebrows. "You're here," he muttered, stepping towards her, the mass of patrons closing in behind him as the sound of Kim's mic test rolled from the speakers. "And what is that? Where's Julia?" Jill heaved out a long breath, socking Nino's side when he sniggered past her on his way to his drum set.
No time for the long story.
She told Mickey, her lips curling to a crooked grin.
Because you're late.
"I know that face. That's your analysis paralysis face. What's up?" Mickey was settled on the curb outside Commute, 2 open bottles of beer sitting next to his sneakers. He had spent the past few minutes staring at the screen of his phone, as Anna's number rang at the end of the line, a winding, fruitless loop. He looked up at Jill's shadow, hovering over him. He'd run off after their set, hiding behind the bar patron's legs while stooped on the dirty sidewalk. He should have gone straight home, but he had not seen nor spoken to Jill for nearly as long as he had missed Anna. He wanted to talk to her, to demand where exactly Shinta had taken her, why she didn't tell him she was leaving, and where the hell that new guitar came from, when there was nothing wrong with Julia. But he also dreaded the answers, and her own questions, now that his mind was set to honesty. "Good job, Yuki," and Sigmund. "Hey, look who's back. Where's your new cherry red guitar?" Jill's sigh floated down with her as she pulled her length to a crouch beside him, sharing his curve.
Hidden somewhere safe until I find something. Until I figure out what to do with it.
"I didn't think out-of-town trips came with free electric guitars," Mickey said in a flat tone, handing her a beer. "You should have told me." Jill put the bottle to her lips and took a long draught before replying.
I know, right? I've told him many times that boy surprises.
So his guess was spot on. Shinta was responsible for the flashing new metallic beauty. That was an easy bet. Mickey wondered what the bribe, the gift, was for, but he was in no hurry to know the answer. "What have you named this one?"
Julio.
"Because he's Julia's twin?"
Because he's spicy. Doesn't he look like a Julio?
"He does. Julio and Julia." Mickey deadpanned, and they burst out laughing in the same second. "Nice one." He bumped his shoulder against hers, trying to catch her flighty gaze. "Do you want to talk about it?"
Depends.
Her laughter died in sync with his.
I don't see Anna around. Do you want to talk about it?
"Maybe not tonight." He tucked his phone back in the pocket of his ripped jeans. Maybe it was good that Anna hadn't picked up. He didn't think he would have delivered his script well enough, not with Jill here to distract him. He raised his beer bottle in the air, and Jill met it with hers in quick cheers. They drank. two deep gloves in unison. I hope you're working things out with Shinta, said Mickey, wiping his mouth with the back of his hand.
Do you really?
Of course I do. He paused, waiting for the idea to bother him, for the first glitch of a lie. It was slow to come. He gave her a small smile. It's too soon to have you bawling on my shoulder again. You've stained too many of my shirts. And I've told you, I like it when you're happy. Jill smirked before she wet her lips with more alcohol.
Because you love me?
Yeah,
Oh, I love you too, you dork!
she returned, laughing. I'm in love with you, Jill. Mickey had a glimpse of the ironic glint in her eyes, the amused set of her lips before he leaned in and kissed her. Her lips tasted of apple beer, cold at first touch, but warm and soft as he pressed closer. He could have kissed her for days. He could have held her face in his hands and moved his knees so that his thighs pressed between hers. And it would have made the longest, happiest moment of his life. But Mickey kept his hands to himself, stuffed inside his pockets in tight fists, and he kissed her only for a few seconds, long enough to burn the memory in his head. He pulled away, and there Jill was, staring back at him, her dark eyes wide as full moons. When you say something out loud, it loses its power over you. It's not a secret anymore, no longer a monster growing inside your heart, feeding off the heat of her skin, the weight of her words, of memories and feelings that you had heightened in your head and gave more meaning than what they had in reality. But that was what a confession was supposed to do. How it was supposed to make him feel. Relief, then relief. But Mickey felt none of those. He took a deep breath, inched further away from her. That will do. He stood up, sloping in an off angle as he went. He walked off, blood rushing to his head, and half of his brain hoping that Jill would call him back. She didn't.